Hey there, tonight is a historic night. I'm watching it right now, and I'm gonna try to get this video out really quick. You're seeing President Trump on the news meet with Kim Jong-un, the president of North Korea. Nothing like this has happened in over 70 years. And so this is really cool that this is happening. It doesn't even matter what side of the aisle you're on. That's not my point in doing this message. What I want to draw your attention to has to do with communication, effective communication, and negotiation.
You already know. My passion and my mission to help you unleash your greatness within. My heart goes out to the underdogs that's on their way. If you think you can go from good to great, okay, let's motivate. Greatnesswithin.com. TJ Hoisington. Greatnesswithin.com. Oh, if you dreaming it, believe in it, work hard for it, and in the process serve others in a positive way. Think you can do it.
And just by watching it without any sound, you can see that there's some rapport being built. You see, the number one place where there's the highest level of tension or resistance is in the beginning of an interaction or meeting someone, right? If you're in sales or if you're a leader and you're gonna have an interview with someone, the highest level of tension is in the very beginning. And right now you can see President Trump as a master style flexor, right? You can see him really making an effort here, and it seems very smooth and cordial, and it looks like Kim Jong-un is receiving it well, and what he's doing is he is softening the mood, he's building rapport, and you'll notice a couple patterns. First of all, you'll see that President Trump is touching Kim Jong-un. How often does that happen in North Korea? Well, I'm here to tell you that that is helping to reduce the tension, to reduce the perceived resistance. By the way, Zig Ziglar, many years ago, I heard him ask an audience one time, he said, there was some polling done, and he said, who pays the most in tips of all the different countries? And in the end, it came out, I believe it came out to Puerto Rico. Now, why did Puerto Rico come out on top? Is because they touch. And you're noticing that here between President Trump and Kim Jong-un, the president of North Korea, right? You see the touch take place. And when you go to restaurants in Puerto Rico, the reason they pay more in tips is because maybe someone will touch you in some way, appropriately, but maybe they'll touch your shoulder, or they'll tap your arm, or they'll shake your hand, or they'll help you slide your chair in, right? That extra care helps build likability, if you will. And so this is really vital. You even notice that he touches his arm lightly, and then he even allows him to go ahead of him and go into the room before he does. That is all a sign of showing respect. But you also can guarantee that in their conversations, right, he's softening his tone. Donald Trump, or President Trump, is not being bombastic. He is being soft and cordial, right? People want to be around people that are like themselves. So right now, there's a lot of jockeying for similarity. And so you're going to meet Kim Jong-un where he is at and then build from there. All right? And hopefully they work something out for the benefit of all countries around North Korea, but also the United States and the citizens of North Korea. So let's root them on and hope that everything goes well and that it sticks. All right? Keep your fingers crossed on that. But I think it's amazing. I did a podcast several months ago. I think it was like a little over a year ago, right before President Trump took office, on how Donald Trump is a master style flexor. It's the art of the deal. And what that means is, you know, he has a dominant personality style, but he knows when he has to adjust it so that he can build rapport and build trust with the people that he's talking to. And I'm sure if it had been President Obama or President Bush or President Clinton, and of course, President Reagan, there was a lot of style flexing to make sure that we stay in rapport. And what's happening right here between the two leaders is building likability. And what you're seeing out of President Trump is the art of the deal right now. Who knows if he'll come out with a deal? I'm not suggesting anything. But you're seeing the art of style flexing. And you can see on the face of Kim Jong-un as they sit there that he's enjoying it. right? It's a positive thing. So it's obviously, as best we can tell, not knowing and not hearing anything, you can tell just from the body language that he's receiving it well. So this is a good move, and hopefully it turns out to be a benefit for all countries around the world. Hey there, I just want to jump in here and say, as my team and I were putting this video together, we had the news on and we saw that they were going to sign something, and we thought we'd hold out before we upload this video so that we could see what that is about. But an amazing thing just happened, right? We don't know what the details are at this point by the time this video is uploaded in terms of what's been agreed upon. But wow, to think nobody in the news was talking about the chance of signing something, right? They had lowered expectations so much leading up to this summit. And now that they walk away signing something that sounds pretty comprehensive. And so it'll be, by tomorrow morning, you'll know what it's about. But I just wanted to share with you this little message about just the power of communication and warmth. I mean, if you look at this video here, just at the very end, Kim Jong-un touches the back of Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump touches the back of Kim Jong-un. I mean, this shows that they were in rapport with each other, that there was a certain friendship and a bond that has taken place there. And let's just hope that it lasts, right? That's what our hope is. Right? No matter what side of the aisle you're on, you want things to be successful for neighboring countries and the citizens of North Korea. And if it's true what Kim Jong-un says, that we want to put the past behind us and start a whole new path, let's go that route. Let's see where it takes us. So anyway, style flexing is critical, and I have to think that President Trump played a big role in helping Kim Jong-un feel comfortable. There was a couple, videos I did see where maybe he felt a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's because he couldn't understand what Trump was saying, or maybe he felt, I'm sure to some degree, he was outside of his comfort zone. And when you're outside your comfort zone, it is natural for human beings to feel tension and anxiety. And so he probably had a little bit of that. But I just have to think that President Trump probably had a way about him during these conversations that made Kim Jong-un feel comfortable. All right, I wish you the best, and I hope some of these insights were useful to you. Now go out in your own world and unleash your greatness within.